watching ZNS-TV 13, the People's Station.
Live from Freeport, Grand Bahama, this is Newsnight 13 at 6:30.
This is Newsnight 13 for this Friday, November 16, 2012. Good evening all, I'm Shasheena, Rolle, and as always, it's great to have you with us. Topping news at the hour, despite the postponement of the highly anticipated gambling referendum, the controversial issue remains a hot topic throughout the country. Tonight, Grand Bahama residents are weighing in on the discussion. Megan Shepard reports.
I wish it was pushed back further. It takes a while for them to understand what really going on into that situation, you know. That ain't easy, because, I mean, from what I hear, there's so much complication in that. I don't know what's going to happen here.
The majority of residents on Grand Bahama seem to agree with the decision made by Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie to postpone the gambling referendum to January 28, 2013. Residents believe it will allow the government as well as residents to make more informed decisions when it comes to this controversial issue.
Well, that's beautiful, because that will give everybody opportunity to analyze and speculate and come up with different ideas, and you know, that'll be beautiful.
And I thought it was being rushed December 3rd, but this January 28th, 8 days after my 45th birthday. I mean, that's a good day, you know. Just right now, this is what's happening. You notice you just catch me coming on and
While some residents are contemplating the upcoming referendum, others have already made up their minds against legalizing gambling in the nation.
I just think the government did the right thing by pushing it back, because really, I'm voting no. But he did the right thing. That's all I have to say, because I'm not for gambling.
There really shouldn't be no referendum, because the number houses you're talking about, they're running a casino. They're not running a number house. It's a casino, so definitely it was always a problem with casino gambling in the Bahamas, and still is the same. So it's no question of no number house. The question is why the government allow the number house to run a casino so long, and now they know what to do.
Why do you describe it as a casino?
Because they have slot machine as a casino. That's what it is.
Other residents say that as long as revenue earned by the government from the gambling industry is put to community development, they are in favor of legalizing web shop gaming and the national lottery.
The masses of the people have already made their mind up, because, sweetie, sometimes you might come in here with a little $10, may come up with a little $150 if you're strong enough. Some people sit down, gamble it back. I mean, but if I come in with 10 and I win 100, sweetie, I getting up and I walk, because I have bills to pay, things to do, whatever. But other than that, it's a very good thing, trust me. It pays some bills. When the pastor ain't gonna feed me, when the politician ain't gonna feed me, I walk right night and luck, and many of the times I walk up with money. Now, if it is not going to really hamper as far as getting into the $950, I mean, they could probably take off on the $300 and take it back to $600 like it used to be. Well, once it go to education, to help in the country, sure, baby, why not? Come on, this is what we need.
As long as they take the money and put it in education, some form of fashion, it shouldn't be a problem. We're all adults.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Thank you, Megan. And while Bahamians prepare to go to the polls on January 28th next year to decide whether or not gambling should be legalized in the Bahamas, legislation is before Parliament to set the legal framework for that referendum. Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie says the aim is to have web shop operators run well-regulated businesses that comply with anti-money laundering and anti-terrorism laws. He says if they continue to operate illegally, it could have some serious consequences on the country.
Web shop operators are unable to secure bank accounts for their businesses as they do not satisfy the relevant anti-money laundering rules. There are concerns regarding the way in which the cash generated from the business is legitimized. The web shops are used to facilitate the transmission of funds between individuals resident on different islands in direct contravention of the relevant banking and anti-money laundering rules.
The nation's leader says stringent measures will be implemented to govern the numbers business in the country. The taxation regime, according to Prime Minister Christie, will consist of a flat rate tax, license fees, and a cash bond. But it is now up to the Bahamian people to decide whether or not web shop gaming will be legalized.
The choice. Therefore, and this is the information that people say they need, the choice is whether we will regularize, license, regulate, and appropriately tax the web shop industry, or whether the industry will have to be dismantled with the full weight of the law being brought against operators and those who play the games themselves, and with the significant dislocation that would inevitably ensue from the mass unemployment of web shop personnel and the loss of the other economic contributions now being made by the web shop industry.
Now, once again, the referendum on web shop gaming is now set for January 28, 2013. In just a matter of days, residents of West Grand Bahama will have a smooth commute while passing over the Fishing Hole Road. Today, the construction of the main thoroughfare that connects West Grand Bahama to the mainland commenced and is expected to be complete by Monday. But tonight, members of a local organization say they will continue to fight for a permanent solution to the road. Members of Operation Justice were on hand as the government signed a contract with WA Construction to carry out badly needed repair work on the Fishing Hole Road. Just last week, members of the organization made an impassioned appeal for the government to address the poor condition of the main thoroughfare. President Troy Garvey says he is pleased that work has commenced, but he says the fight does not stop here.
We are happy to say that they're going to go ahead and make the necessary road repair for the benefit of the people that are from West Grand Bahama in this area. All I want to say now is that the people should understand that when you stand together, you can get much more done. And this is only the beginning. This is only a temporary fix. We now are going to proceed with the fight for the bridge. I think it's high time now that we get everybody involved, get them educated about it, that how it needs to be done, and when they get the engineers in to do the assessment and the way we just want to put a committee together now to make sure that we stand behind this and stand strong so that we can get what is deserving for this particular area.
Operation Justice member Jonathan Clinton agrees.
They'll finally start to recognize the urgency of getting this done, and they heard our pleas and they're taking action to get this situation resolved. But like Troy hinted, now we need to stand together and agitate and let the authorities understand that we're not going to settle for anything. We need this bridge put in so we can have a more permanent solution to this problem.
Garvey says residents from West Grand Bahama now have a special part to play in the reconstruction of the road. He's issuing this appeal.
Be patient. You know, you can have the road repair, so it's going to call for some sacrifice. And so all I'm saying is that, you know, be obedient to the ongoers of this area, who's going to be doing the repair, so we can get this done in a timely fashion. And I think 3 to 4 days is very, very, very good for this operation to be done.
In news from the crime beat, a man hauled before the magistrate's court on the charge of murder. 20-year-old Rigby Solivert of Garden Villas was arraigned before Magistrate Andrew Forbes for the murder of Patrick Russell. Russell was shot to death in a vehicle between Bruce and Weddell Avenue on March 7, 2011. Solivert was not required to enter a plea. The matter was adjourned to December 3rd for a preliminary inquiry. Bail was denied, and the accused was remanded to Her Majesty's Prison. Meantime, police officials also arresting a man believed to be responsible for assaulting a tourist. 37-year-old Frederick Ward was arraigned before Magistrate Helen Jones on the charge of causing harm. He was not allowed to plea and was remanded at Sandlands Rehabilitation Center. Now, according to reports, the tourist was struck in the face with a rock by a dark male described as wearing dark blue pants and a dark shirt. The victim was taken to the Rand Memorial Hospital via ambulance, where his injuries are listed as serious but not life-threatening. Meantime, police on Grand Bahama beefing up their community policing initiative on the island. This afternoon, a team of officers led by Superintendent Clarence Rackley conducted a walkabout in the western section of the area known as the back of town. The officers went door to door speaking with residents, and they also handed out safety tips.
This is a continuation of our initiatives. We started walking through the various communities within the Central Division earlier this year, and this week we targeted the Clark Avenue area. It's just a matter of coming through the area, speaking with the residents, and as usual finding out if they have any concerns, because there are persons who have information that they would like to share with the police, but they don't want to come to the police station. We find in this way, by walking through the neighborhoods and speaking to persons, they're able to give us vital information that can assist us in our day-to-day operations. Additionally, any concerns that they might have regarding the area, we're able to address head-on.
Now, Superintendent Reckley said some residents described the neighborhood as a safe place to live. However, they were happy to see the police walking through the area. The Department of Rehabilitative Welfare Services and Urban Renewal were also a part of the exercise. Trainee Welfare Officer Felicia McBride said they want to sensitize the public as to the department's role, particularly as it relates to uncontrollable children.
Make the public aware that the Department of Rehabilitative Welfare Services is now responsible for that area with dealing with uncontrollable children. And so we try to, the purpose of having our department head that area is because we're trying to eliminate the persons who would go directly to the centers by trying to intervene before it gets to that point.
Stay with us, there's more news right after this.